This episode is sponsored by Where to Shop and Dine. Download the app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store today. Connecting colleges and communities. Hi, welcome back. You're watching Scene TV, and I'm Maya McNulty, your host, Schenectady Cable Entertainment News and Events. And really excited to have in the studio today, Schenectady JCC, Mark Weintraub. Welcome.
Thank you, Maya.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, tell us your story. Welcome to the studio.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I have to say, it's my first time here, and one of the great things was when we spoke and you said to me, we're all about good news. Well, I'm all about good news. So that's the most important thing. People ask me, what do? I tell them I'm in the fun business. Because most people who come to our JCC come either, the kids come and the parents are happy to see them run off to preschool, or kids go to camp, or people are coming after work to work out. So there are very few people that come in with very sad faces at the JCC, maybe one or two toddlers that want their parents, but that's about it. So for me, good news and fun, that's really kind of what we're all about. In terms of myself, I've been in the community, I'm going to my 7th year. I succeeded the previous executive director, Alex Hallenstein. I've been there for 33 years, and come from the greater New York area. And I also went to college here. So for me, it was like a full circle. And I've worked in the nonprofit community most of my life, and also within the Jewish community. So for me, this is just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to work with just great people and a great community in Niskayuna.
Yeah, what a beautiful landmark it is in Niskayuna. 94 years coming up in November. Tell us about the little bit of history that you want to share with us.
Sure. The reason why we're called the Schenectady JCC in Niskayuna, quite frankly, is because the Jewish community used to be in downtown Schenectady. There was an original JCC that was formed in 1921, and that was on the corner of Albany Street and Germania Avenue. And in 1967, and during that period, there were kosher butchers, and the Jewish community really lived its life down there. And there was a big building, and part of it was a gym. The other was a Hebrew school, and we even had fitness classes. You can see some of our women's fitness workout and from the 1920s. Gotta love those uniforms. And in 1967, there's some really smart people who were involved with the JCC that decided they wanted to buy a piece of land, which we currently sit on, 25 acres of land on Balltown Road, to build the JCC. You can see here a screenshot from Google Earth, and we sit on a campus of 25 acres. Our building is a 55,000 square foot building, which has, and we also one of our main activities is childcare. We were ranked by the Albany Business Review for the last 3 years as the largest childcare center in the capital region. So we take care of about 400 children a day, and all the different frameworks that we have, from kids come to us as early as young as 6 weeks old to we have a preschool with about 150 families, 1/3 of which are GE. Most from GE Global Research. Sure. Many first-time Americans who have come here either from India or from Asia. And we have an after-school program on site, and we also have a contract with the Niskayuna schools and run all the aftercare at all the elementary school. That's the Kids Time program. And we also have our summer camp plus fitness activities. The campus itself has thanks for scrolling back. There's an outdoor pool, the William and Estelle Golub Family Pool and Tennis Club, tennis courts. There are baseball fields. We have so much land, we don't even know what land we have.
How big is it?
About 25 acres. We also have a big pavilion where summer camp is. So look, I believe it's getting warmer. Summer's coming, and we're all about summer right now. We're actually busier in the summer than we are in the winter. Right now, we're getting the fields ready. We're getting the buildings ready. It's almost like, in the Wizard of Oz when when all the characters are getting ready to see the wizard. That's what it feels like. So we're right now, from now until the beginning of the summer, Memorial Day, we're going to be working really hard to get the pool together, to get the place looking absolutely pristine, and get ready for camp.
So what would you say your signature programs, other than the daycare, what are some of the signature programs that you guys are working on? I know that the Summer Olympics is going to be really big this year, if you want to touch on that. So what are some of the programs?
Well, I think, let's talk summer. So, I mean, all our programs are wonderful. I could never say one program is better than another. But let's talk summer. Summer camp, there's no question. You think summer, it's camp. Our camp goes, we have different groups. They go from 3 years old till about 14 years old. The theme this year for camp is da 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 da. I can actually show this to you. Camp Chavarim, that's the name of our Friends Camp in Hebrew. And we are going to be celebrating the Summer Olympics in Rio. So the camp goes for the gold. And these are all the 5 rings represent the 5 different age groupings of the kids. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So there'll be a lot of Olympic-inspired activities. We also, for the older group of kids in the day camp, are going to be taking a day trip to Springfield, to the Basketball Hall of Fame, and to New England Six Flags. And we also have what's called a tween camp. That's for those who age out of regular day camp up to about 14 years old. And those kids go on a lot of day trips all over the place, plus a 3-day trip to Toronto. So it's going to be really cool. Now, for adults, of course, we have the outdoor pool and tennis courts, and our outdoor pool named in the memory of William and Estelle Golub, Neil Golub's parents. The Golub family has been very supportive of these activities. And it's just a nice, beautiful pool and a great place to hang out.
Indeed.
And, the grass there, it's a great staycation kind of place.
So how, if someone wanted to do enrollment for the pool, do they have to be a member? What's the process?
Well, you can, if you're currently a member, you can add on for an additional fee to be to join the pool this summer. You can join as a separate fee if you just want to check it out. Camp there's all swim lessons and all that. Pool is included. So those are basically the ways to do it. If you want to come for one day and check it out, come on over.
What's the website?
Our website is www.schenectadyjcc.org.
Okay, so it's a .org, not a .com. So .org.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
And is there a phone number that we can reach you?
Yes, 518-377-8803.
And what's the location of the Schenectady JCC?
We're located in Niskuna on Balltown Road. Our entranceway is very narrow, so look for the Craig Elementary School. We're right across the street.
Yeah, that's definitely my cheat sheet.
Yes.
So
a lot of people's.
Yeah. When does the program start? When are you're taking enrollments now?
Yes.
And so the programs are going to start June 1st or right after school. The younger kids, and you have the older kids too. So I'm not sure the option.
Camp is June 27th to August 19th, and there's also a post camp, which are kind of like a week or two after camp, where you can do specialty camps and drama and different things. We're actually this year there's a chef who works on our kitchen. Her name's Stephanie. So Chef Steph is going to be doing some kosher kitchen cooking for our younger campers. The pool really goes from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Okay. And I know, do you have to be Jewish to use the Jewish Community Center?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, 2/3 of our current membership are not Jewish. And unfortunately, the Jewish community is not growing, but we have a very vibrant community in Niskuna. A lot of people have found us either as a place where they want to work out for fitness, or a place to put to have their children in one of the child care frameworks.
Yeah, run down the list of activities again that you guys offer at the Schenectady JCC.
For youth and children, we offer preschool, our preschool program. We offer an after-school program on site that's called ASEP. We also offer at the Niskuna schools a program called Kids Time, which is aftercare when school's over after 3 o'clock. So parents don't have to rush around and get their kids. We're open until about 6, 7 o'clock there. And then we have our camp. We also offer, kind of what's called wraparound care, where either early in the morning or late afternoon you can leave your child. If you intended to pick them up earlier in the afternoon, something comes up, that type of a thing. Additionally, we have a full fitness center, gym, and a beautiful indoor pool, and the outdoor pool.
So tell us all those activities, and now you've actually added something more called Capital Capabilities. Beautiful program. We want to get the message out there. So tell us a little bit about that, because I know it's really dear to your heart.
Yeah, well, one of the things I felt that's really important is we're not just we are a community center, but how can our community center serve the community? Capital Capabilities is a project started by the JCC. The goal is I brought together a lot of organizations that work with people with disabilities, ARC, et cetera, and we formed in 1 hour a mission statement. And the mission is to enlighten the abled community about people with disabilities. Our co-chairs are Angela Santa Barbara and Phil Steck, our two assemblymen. And the idea is we run an annual event, and our outcomes that is put on by people with disabilities. A lot of this focuses around art. Some of the outcomes are, always do a community project, such as a quilt. This year we did the event was held recently in April. We did a community puzzle. Where we had, and the other thing that comes out of it is the partnerships that we do individually with the organization. So you see here, this is a mural that was done in our indoor pool by 30 artists with disabilities through the Living Resources Project, and it's a massive piece of art. It's 10 by 12 sheets of plywood, and it's a mural of the world.
It's an absolutely beautiful piece. And each each mosaic was done by a child with disability, correct?
Yes, it was done. Actually, some of the artists are there. Most of them are, in their 20s. They're a little more mature. And yes, they did that as their kind of social, as part of what they do in terms of outreach to the community and giving to the community. Because a lot of these organizations now, instead of building, that's where funding and everything's going to, out of less institutionalization, more mainstreaming.
Sure.
People with disabilities to be more inclusive, and we want to include them in our community.
They certainly do have an I can attitude, and that's just brilliant. It's a beautiful thing. You have an event too for Capital Capabilities. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the event was in April. It used to be in October. And it just passed a couple weeks ago. It was an amazing event. We had about 400 people. And we actually, I can show you here, because I didn't include that, is we made a puzzle of New York State that, you see here, Assemblyman in Santa Barbara. And what we did was this piece of wood actually was carved out by the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities for the 25th anniversary of the American Disabilities Act, and we made a puzzle and we gave pieces out to organizations around the Capital District. So every year we have some type of a community project like that.
And then, are these pieces for sale that people can help you to fund? Is that what the fundraiser was for? To fund more art supplies or trips or anything, or education for the children with disabilities?
Maya, that's a great idea. We didn't do too much fundraising at all for the Capital Capabilities. We did have people from different organizations that showcased art that was for sale. And the truth of the matter is, this is a wonderful initiative, and we kind of run it out of the JCC with no budget. My hope one day is that this can grow.
Sure.
I know we're being recognized on May 19th by the Schenectady Human Rights Commission for our work.
Yeah,
so,
I will see you there.
Great. Yes,
I'm
that's awesome.
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
So, yeah. So these children with disability, how you're impacting them so positively, and I in fact was there when you did the ribbon cutting for the pool, and just an amazing piece. And I saw the glow in their eyes of just beauty and how excited they were and so proud. How's that make you feel?
It makes me feel amazing because I've learned a lot about, I'm very fortunate. There's no one in my family who has a disability. My grandfather was blind, but really, I've had no contact, thank God. But what I've learned about people with disabilities is, you remember the old Etch-a-Sketch?
Sure.
So, you're looking at Etch-a-Sketch, you hold it this way, and the sand is like this. You tilt it, you got more sand on three sides, and one side is empty. With people with disabilities, maybe that side's empty, but they have more on their other sensory skills. And so there's just amazing people out there. And I think that once we can discover the commonalities, I think that it'll really do a lot to increase this whole notion of inclusion.
Yeah, definitely. And part of this too is your amazing staff that you have. So share with us your staff.
They're great. We've been very fortunate. We have staff, and we have a multicultural staff to match our multicultural JCC. We got people from all different backgrounds, and they're great. We have a pretty young staff too, I've learned, as compared to other JCCs. So it keeps them very busy. But they're just great. There's a lot of energy. We have a can-do attitude. You know, we're a little different, for example, than other national organizations, which have kind of a central organization that tells them what to do. We are affiliated with national JCCs, but we can do basically whatever we want if we feel it makes sense and the board's okay with it. So there's a lot of entrepreneurial thinking, and I encourage that, because that really is what the spark is for the organization.
Yeah, they're really great. Always friendly when we come over there. So, what are some other things, like, do you have a lunch program or anything like that? Is food included with the camps, or how's that all work out? Or is it different packages for different levels of camp or membership?
Yeah, there is. We've started adding camp lunch. That's available as an option. We also run in conjunction with, Catholic Charities really runs the program through our JCC. We have a senior lunch program. That we run, and we have also looked to do things within the general community on, like, interfaith type programming. We did a couple of years ago a wonderful program called Three Scribes, and we brought together calligraphers from, the Jewish Torah is handwritten, and it's really a work of art. It takes, I don't know how long to do one scroll. So we brought together Jewish calligraphers, Muslim calligraphers, and Christian calligraphers. And they came and they were at our JCC for a day. They wrote one piece of spiritual text. But the amount of work that went into creating this event was absolutely amazing.
Sure.
And you can actually see the piece of work that they did at our JCC.
Now, what's the location again of your Schenectady JCC?
2565 Balltown Road, right across from Craig School.
Yep,
in Niskuna.
And the phone number?
Area code 518-377-8803.
And enrollments are open now for summer beginning?
Yes, for camp. Hurry up.
Yeah, they fill up, right?
They do fill up,
yeah,
yes.
And tell us about the acreage again of where you're nestled on.
So we're sitting on about 25 acres of land in Niskuna. We were probably one of the first public institutions in Niskuna. We're the largest nonprofit, and it's just a great place. It's beautiful. Come and see us. No, you can't see us from Balltown Road. You see this little sign.
Yeah.
But you come and see us, and I'll take you around.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What else would you like to share with us? Any other programs that are coming up? I know that the Capital Capabilities is the newest one, and then the pool, and then the theme of the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, well, we also have a lot of adult and Jewish cultural programming. So this next week is Israel Independence Day. We have on Sunday at 5 o'clock, an Israel Independence Day Iron Chef cook-off. People are going to cook various meals, that are kind of Middle Eastern or related to Israel. So that's kind of cool. We have a lot of competitions in the sports and wellness area. We've started a lot of kid training for youth. And we also have, a couple of fundraising events coming up. We have a golf and tennis event that is on in conjunction with the Albany JCC. That is shown here on June 6th at the Colony Country Club. And we have our annual gala where we honor individuals, corporations, and nonprofits who who display amazing community service in the community. That is a Saturday night at Key Hall on November 19th. Our corporate honoree we have already secured. That's going to be the Daily Gazette, and we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing the Schenectady JCC with us. We are so excited to learn about everything that's going on. And congratulations again on your 94th anniversary coming in November.
Well, thank you very much, Maya. This is great.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
you having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks.